Welcome to Church Tech Corner, where we equip the local church to spread the gospel with technology. In this video, I'll be sharing 3 quick tips that you can use to elevate your church sound in person. Before we get started, please don't forget to subscribe and also remember to share this with anyone who might find this video useful as well. The first tip is to EQ your room and also gain staging. The reason why I'm suggesting this is number 1 is that this tip deals with both the input, which is gain staging, and also EQing your room, which is the output. Now, with this in mind, any processing that you do in the middle becomes very, very predictable because you know that your input signals are coming in correctly and you know that your output is also going to be reflected as accurately as possible. I've actually made a video on these topics, so I'll leave the link to that video in the description. The second tip is to set up a matrix sense for your speakers and your subwoofers. Now, popularly, I know there are 2 ways to set up your speakers and your subwoofers, which are the aux sends and also the matrix send. Now, as someone who has utilized both of these methods, I'm not necessarily saying one is better than the other, but the reason why I'm suggesting a matrix send is because it makes your processing that you do in your mixer very, very predictable. When you set up your speakers and your subwoofers as a matrix sends, whatever EQ, compression, effects that you do becomes very, very predictable, and you can fully tell how it will be reflected in your speakers as well as your subs. Now, to set up your speakers as a matrix sends or an aux send, I've actually made a video on these topics, so I'll leave the video link in the description below as well. The third and final tip is to ensure that you use a high-pass filter. So you use your high-pass filter on all your input signals except your kick drum and your bass as well. Now, this tip is so important because it ensures that your low end is nice and tight. One of my goals for mixing is clarity, and one of the ways to achieve clarity is to ensure that all your input signals are sitting well in the frequency spectrum exactly where they are supposed to be, and also that they are being reflected as accurately as possible, which also leads to point 2. So those were all my tips. If I left out any tips, please feel free to comment them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and also share this video with anyone who might have found these tips useful as well. Thank you.